Welcome. Welcome to Dark Souls 3, Chapter 5. We got our Pyromancer. We got our our shield and our sword and our helmet. We're doing good. Might as well talk to you all.
Oh, our champion of Ash, welcome home. This pilgrim, with a debt in death, hardly deserves to behold this divine flame. And I never would have, had you not taken me into your service. I thank you dearly for this, and assure you of my leal service.
So, with this guy you can draw out your true strength.
Shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
Which basically lets you level up for no souls. But it starts to hollow your character, so I think we're gonna pass on that. At least for now. Bear in mind that once you get to the catacombs, just past the Abyss Watchers of Farron Keep, if you progress to the room beyond the room where you have that boss fight, you will die.
Be safe.
So if you wanna draw out the true strength 5 times, you gotta die twice in between each level that he gives you.
Heavens, she was already dead.
That's pretty sad. We're just gonna do this for the rest of the episode. Just kidding. We have a bunch of Titanite. I think we'll level up our...
There you are, and I am pleased to have a pupil as dedicated as you.
We're gonna level up our Pyromancy Flame one more time.
Do not be what is a teacher without a pupil?
And we're gonna go talk to Irina. She spawns over here next to the opposite side of the building as Yul.
I was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command. Oh, you've brought me a Braille divine tome. Now I can tell new tales of miracles. Tales of the greater miracles can be quite the epics. What fun we will have.
So she sells the Saint's Ring, allows attunement of additional spells. As a Pyromancer, we're gonna buy this. It's pretty darn good. So we have a regular heal, a moderately more powerful heal, replenishment, which is overtime heal, cure poison, toxic, etc. Tears of Denial, so once your HP reaches 0 once, you don't die. This is basically a homeward bone in a miracle. And Force just forces people and monsters away from you. I'm gonna buy Caressing Tears. And we'll buy a heal, why not?
Have a pleasant journey. I pray for your safety.
I don't think we have the attunement slots for it yet, but we'll equip it sooner or later. get combustion. I think we're gonna stick with Fireball for now. Oh, we have an undead bone shard, I think. Now our Estus flask is +1. We have an Estus shard, so we might as well go turn that in as well.
Ah, 'tis good, 'tis wasn't he? Prithee, be careful. I don't want.
So it only shows that I have 6 Estus now, but as soon as we hit the bonfire, it will update to 7. There we go. And back to the Crucifixion Woods. Kill this guy first, before he alerts all the others. Then we'll take this guy out since he's awake. There's a catalyst for sorceries. Picking up some extra souls. Around here and up these stairs is our sorcerer teacher. Sorcery
This is
teacher.
unexpected. I don't often have visitors. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to. How intriguing. Very well. Indeed, I am a sorcerer, with plenty to share. However, what champion demands service without recompense? Clearly, you're not that sort of man. So you will make me a promise that in exchange for my teaching, you will bring me knowledge in the form of scrolls detailing sorcery's secrets. Well, can you assure me of this?
Make a promise.
Very well. You're no fool. I take it you understand the weight of a promise. I am Orbeck, of Vinheim, unkindled one. I shall teach you sorceries. We will learn together. It shall be like our very own school.
Hooray! And then we can proceed to roll through the scrolls. Because it's fun when they explode everywhere. There's an item on this broken staircase. Come back through here. That way is the direction we used to get up there. This is a new direction. And there's a crystal lizard. Drops a crystal gem, which is good for intelligence-based characters. Makes your weapon scale with magic damage. As you can see, our Estus heals for quite a bit more now than it used to. Man, this sorcerer is giving us a hard time. And he's down for the count. And there's a Ring of Sacrifice. Those are pretty useful for when you die and you dropped a bunch of souls somewhere. You can put that on. And if you die on the way to pick up your souls or after you pick them up, when you respawn, your souls will be in the same place where you left them, or they'll be on your body if you picked them up. So, yeah. Pretty important. Switch to our pyromancies. We're gonna kite this guy. There's another one behind him, and we don't want to fight them both at the same time. He hits pretty hard with his great club. He can heal with a miracle, but we don't want to let him do that. And we're gonna get his great club here. Good strength weapon, pretty solid strength weapon it is. And we're gonna get his Exile Curved Greatsword. Also a good strength weapon. So we're gonna pop down here real quick. Get our Estus back and get this bonfire ready for transport to later on. Nothing done there. Here's the ladder. This leads to the next area, Farron Keep. We'll be covering that in the next episode, I think. Maybe this one. We'll see. Now, we are gonna go into the danger zone with the giant crabs from the last episode. They were chasing us around, but we're gonna fight them now. You can stagger them, so if you hit them enough times in a row within a short period of time, they'll fall back on their back legs, and you can run up to their mouth parts and do a critical attack on them. Here we go. There's the critical. Got him. And another great swamp ring. That's for if you start with any class other than the pyromancer. And the pyromancy tome and the conjurator robes. Another item over here. Green blossoms. Those are good for stamina recovery. When his mouth foams like that, you gotta dodge away from his left hand, otherwise he'll do a grab attack. And it does pretty good damage. So watch out for that. good 800 souls never hurt anybody. But those pulls do hurt people. Pretty badly, I might add. And from here, we're gonna go take on the boss of this area. Down there is where we picked up the Sage Ring. Watch out, you don't want to fall back down there again. Here's a summon sign for Egon. He's pretty useful in the upcoming boss fight. Come on, Egon. He's dead. I promise. Now, we're gonna put on our charcoal pine resin just to do some extra damage to this boss. As soon as you run in there, he'll spawn. So we're just gonna sprint over to his spawn point and do some damage right off the start. The closer you are to him, the less likely you are to be hit by his nukes. So, as soon as you see where he spawned, just run over there and start swinging. Once he gets down to about half HP, the phase 2 will start. He'll be summoning a bunch of copies of himself, but the way to tell the difference between him and the fakes is the real one does the purple magic. The fake ones do blue magic. So just pick a spot. Wait for them to start casting. Oh, we found the real one. As soon as he despawns, all of his copies will despawn as well. Egon has a big AoE that he casts. One hit is enough to take out the clones. It's just so they're not nuking you while you're fighting with the real Crystal Sage. And down he goes. Soul of a Crystal Sage. Good job, Egon. Now get out of here, you fool. Easy 6,000. Light the bonfire. Rest. And let's go over here. On our way to the Cathedral of the Deep. There are a couple crystal lizards down here. There's one. These guys drop Twinkling Titanite. It's used to upgrade some special types of weapons. Pretty important stuff. Sometimes you can get a drop attack on these guys over here from this spot. Not today, apparently. He's all the way down there. So what we're gonna do, drop down here. One more should do it. And down she goes. Now we'll fight these guys. Shield is pretty good against these guys. They will cause bleed buildup, so make sure you stay topped off. There's the Herald armor. We'll take this one out too. Another great machete. Maybe we will do a strength build, I don't know. We're getting a lot of good strength weapons. Here's another bonfire. This is about the midway point between Crucifixion Woods and where we're gonna end up. The Cathedral of the Deep. Might as well rest. Down here there's a NPC wearing the Fallen Knight set. Pretty important item behind him. He can parry you, so it's good to take him out from range if you have the ability. It's not as much fun as a hand-to-hand combat, but he'll go down eventually. It's just a test of endurance. Might as well rest again. Yeah, I think we'll head back to Firelink Shrine real quick. Spend some souls. We also have a Pyromancy Tome to turn into our Pyromancer guy. Anything else? Paladin's Ashes we picked up from behind that fallen knight.
Ah, well, how may I... Gracious, let this... I only hope...
So, she now carries some armor. Exile Mask. It's a pretty heavy armor set, but it's really strong. 18, 17, 16, 15. And the Sage's Big Hat. I think this item boasts the highest magic defense of all head items in the whole game, as well as the Lloyd's Shield Ring. So when your HP is full, you take less damage from the first attack that hits you. We won't be using that, but it's kind of good. The Dried Finger. So this way, if you're having a lot of trouble with the boss, although I wouldn't recommend it because it gives them a lot of extra HP, you can use this item and summon in a third Phantom instead of just 2 to help you out. But also this allows for the invasion of a second Dark Spirit. It's good if you want to fight someone with a lot of friends or something, you know.
Ashen One.
Let's give our Pyromancy Tome to this guy.
Ah, there you are, unkindled. I am...
Great
yes,
swamp.
Here we are. It's been long indeed. With this, I can teach you more sophisticated pyromancies. Splendid. I can boast I am your tutor a little longer.
So, we now have Fire Orb. Bursting Fireball, which is kind of like an AoE Fire Orb. As soon as it leaves your hand, it bursts into a bunch of different pieces. And we have Profuse Sweat. Boosts all resistances. Bleeding, Poison, Frost, and Curse. pretty important. But we're gonna skip it. Only thing we really want is
Do not be gone for long.
fire orb.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then touch, take nourish.
So 19 and 13 is enough to use the Executioner Greatsword, I believe. So we're gonna leave that there. Let's put. Oh, we're out of points. Okay, that'll be enough for now.
Farewell, Ash Native.
I think we have some souls we can use as well. One more point.
Welcome home. Speak very well, then take.
Usually I like to save those consumable souls for we're gonna start putting points in attunement, just enough so we have 2 slots.
Ashen One, may the flame.
We're gonna change our spell from Fireball to Fire Orb. The cost of FP goes from 10 to 14, but it does a lot more damage. And we're gonna see what the Crystal Sage's soul offers us from the transposing kiln.
Aha, so.
We get the Crystal Hail, which is a sorcery. I've heard it's not that good. And the Crystal Sage's Rapier. Excuse me. So, this weapon does a very meager amount of physical damage, but it also does magic damage. Some enemies are weak to magic damage, so it can be good. But the main notable aspect of this weapon is that it raises the item discovery, so you can get better drops more often. We don't really want either of these, so we're just gonna consume the soul.
She is much like thee. Prisoners both, kept to link the fire.
He wants us to be nice to the Firekeeper. He's a good guy. And I think with this,
Ashen One.
I was gonna buy some embers, but I think we have enough. Yeah, 13. I don't think we haven't been using them that much, so. And this bonfire is called Cathedral of the Deep, but it's really just the halfway point between the Crucifixion Woods and the actual cathedral. So from the bonfire we'll go up here, drop down, and around, and up. Up here we're gonna get our Crest Shield, which is good against dark damage. It's also another 100% shield. We're gonna get a running leap, and drop down on this guy for some good damage. This guy, he can do a lot of damage with that axe, so we gotta be kind of careful. Before we were doing like 80, 70, 90 damage with our fireball, but with the fire orb we're doing 130 damage, which is a big difference. So in this area it's kind of tricky, but we're gonna go around to the left here. You can see up there there's a bunch of archers, and there's also a ton of dogs here. Whoops. Yeah, the combination of the arrows and the dogs means we're gonna take a lot of damage. I should have healed before going in there. We lost our ember, but that's okay. We'll get another one soon. Actually, it's quite a ways before getting another ember, so I think we're gonna use one. We can always buy more, you know, from, well, not always, but we can buy a lot more from Greerad and the Handmaid. This time we're gonna use our shield. So we'll continue down this path and up and around. Take out this archer. Then this dog. Then this archer. Then this dog. You can sense a theme here. If you read into it a little bit. Go back up and around since we fell. Drop down. Kill another archer. There's another dog down there, but we're gonna leave him be. Can't reach us up here. Oh, I thought there was another archer, so we are gonna drop down for this guy. And that's this area cleared. There aren't any items or anything for us to collect besides that one we just grabbed. So we're gonna be on our way. There's not a whole lot here. It's just a transitory area. Now these guys, you see himself setting himself on fire, they'll run and dive at you and explode and do a lot of damage. So it's either good to take them out as quickly as you can or give them space, you know, to do their thing. Another Estus shard. And then we're gonna... This well is important for later, so try to remember that. We're gonna head in here. This is called the Cleansing Chapel. Oh, time to wake up. My alarm went off. Here is Gale.
Goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own. Please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame.
It kind of goes on for a little bit. First we're gonna light this bonfire. We don't really want to progress too far, but we're gonna check this guy out.
You've the same scent as that woman. You must be. Oh, you don't know how long I've searched. Oh.
We don't really want to listen to him moan forever,
Don't
so...
mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel.
This is DLC content, by the way.
To show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
So we're gonna accept. Here's a nice little cutscene.
Thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it.
Whoa, what's happening? Oh my god.
And then the ashes were too.
And Now we're being dropped into the DLC. This is the first DLC, the Ashes of Ariandel. We're gonna grab a bonfire here, talk to a guy, and then we're gonna head out. We'll talk to this guy.
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
He doesn't say much, except he wants us to find a bed to lay on. Which isn't all that bad, I guess, but only the mighty may proceed. So yeah, this area is a little bit too high level for us. I think the recommended stat level for this area is like 90 or 110 or something. And we're only at level 33 in the upper left corner. You can see our level. So yeah, we would get creamed if we tried to fight guys here. So we're gonna go back to the cleansing chapel. Back where we belong. But now we have that bonfire for when we're ready to come back to this area. So here's the door, it's locked. For now, we're gonna come to it later. Here's another door, it's locked. Another shortcut we're gonna come to later. So there's gonna be a theme of circling back to this bonfire from different parts of this area. I think we'll cover that mostly in the next episode, but let's go check it out a little bit. There's an item I really want to get up here. Take this guy out so he doesn't come after us later. Take this guy out so he doesn't backstab us. And then we'll deal with these guys. Red bug pellet. So here's an area you can drop down to, but we're gonna come there later. For now, we're gonna work our way up from the top. So these enemies are kind of tricky. They respawn endlessly. They climb out of the ground like that. They only give 22 souls, so it's not really worth killing them. Unless you're desperate for souls. Really, we only just want to take care of the ones that get in our way. For now, we're gonna go up here. They don't do a lot of damage, but there are a lot of them, so they can grow overwhelming quickly. Restore a Greatsword. I think that's a pretty good dex weapon. We'll take a look at it real quick. Yeah, C scaling and dexterity, 132. It's pretty big. We don't have the dexterity for it now, but you can see how much bigger it is than our other sword. It's good for AoE type damage. But what we really want is down here. Over this way a little bit. These guys are pretty mindless. They kind of just sit around unless you start attacking them. They won't bother with you. And down here is what we're looking for. So we'll go ahead and grab this Fading Soul. And the Executioner's Greatsword. This is the weapon we want. But for now we're just gonna get out of here. Oh yeah. Those little creatures can spawn out of their stomachs. They do bleed damage, so you're gonna have to watch out for that. It's not a terrible idea to put the blood bite ring on for this area, but stab that guy in the butt real quick. Let's look at our sword. Here it is. It's kind of weak right now, but it will get a lot stronger. It's a strength scaling weapon too, so it won't, I don't think we'll ever reach its full potential, but now these guys are pretty scary. They have a lot of poise and they do a lot of damage. A lot of poise meaning they can tank, they won't get staggered as easily by your attacks. But they drop a good 800 souls in the Grave Wardens, parts of the Grave Warden set, so kind of good. You can see all these arrows. These are from our giant friend. He'll help us out a little bit. He's just raining down hell on these guys. Oh, we pick up these items. The guys, once they've sprouted from their stomachs, Undead Bone Shard, important. Don't forget that item. If you skip all the other items in this area, make sure you at least get that one. But yeah, these guys drop 200 souls. So, it's not bad idea to just take them out. And there's another soul item. As you can see, the giant's still our friend. Oh, one good thing, we can use the torch we got here to reduce the bleed buildup. You saw that stuff fall off of us. All it takes is just taking out the torch. The pyromancy flame doesn't work, but the torch works to reduce the bleeding buildup. So we're gonna go over here, pick up our Greatsword, Great Shield, and then head down this way. This unlocks a shortcut for us for later, in case we die in the area ahead. Or the area behind us, actually. If we had progressed up those stairs towards the big building, then that shortcut would come in handy. So down here, these guys do a lot of bleed damage. It's good to have a shield. Take out our torch, and now the bleed damage goes down. Saint Tree Belvine, that's like a catalyst for sorceries, but it's for miracles, kind of like our talisman that we picked up. I think it has some special properties. We'll take a look at it in a second. Yeah. They allow faster casting, and it has a passive ability. Whoops. It has a passive ability that allows you to heal slowly over time. So all you have to do is equip it in one hand or both hands and press the left trigger. And as long as it's equipped in one of your hands, you'll recover HP over time. Okay, proceeding on. Around this way and up here, we're gonna find a crystal lizard. Now, crystal lizards are interesting in that they always run directly in the opposite direction you're coming at them from. So by moving to the left a little bit, we were able to get them to go into that corner. Up ahead will be another one, and a giant crystal lizard in these crystals over here to the left. We'll take care of him in a second. We're gonna two-hand our weapon. This guy has a lot of HP and he does quite a bit of damage, as you can see. It's good to have a shield. Oh, I should have rolled for that. Cutting it kind of close there, but I knew he only had so much HP left. So let's go back around here. We just made a big circle around the building, you'll see in a second. Down there is where we came down the ladder and we encountered our first one of those wiggly guys with the two legs and the tail. Up here's a Titanite shard. And then there's also a ring over here. I think it's the poison bite ring. in this little corridor. We take this, go through here. Here's another one of those wiggly guys. Take out our torch. Make sure the bleed buildup doesn't keep going. And the poison bite ring. Pretty useful. It gives you quite a lot of poison resistance. So we'll go up here. Over here, there's an item before you drop down, don't miss it. Just a Titanite shard, but we need it. We need every one of those we can get. We're gonna rest here. Head back to Firelink. So I don't know if we can buy Titanite shards from her yet. It doesn't look like we can.
Ashen One.
But with the ones we have, we're gonna upgrade our Executioner Greatsword. It looks like we can only upgrade it once.
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't he?
Okay, so we need 3 more Titanite shards. Maybe we can buy some from this guy, but I don't think so.
Ah, you know I'm a petty. Well, perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say?
Yes, we're gonna send him.
You will not be disappointed. Grey Rat the Thief was once a well-known name. Until I ended up rotting in a cell.
Yeah, so when he comes back from his first
Goodbye.
pillage...
I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
So yeah, when he comes back, he'll have more items for us. Yeah, so let's level up, and I think we'll end the
Welcome home,
episode.
Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then take no.
I think for now, we're gonna put more points in HP. Just 2 points, but it's still almost 100 HP difference than what we had before.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
So, we'll take a rest. And with that, we'll leave it here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying the series.